way too many of y'all's entire personality is consumerism, obsessing over how to look as hot as possible, and making fun of people. And you are miserable because of it. Go find joy in your accomplishments, your experiences, your friends, your hobbies, something else, please!
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
So a lot of you will probably not agree with me on this, but what we are seeing, especially with Gen Z, is that they are not willing to trade their time for money, especially when they are mistreated, overworked, or being asked to do things that was not in the job description, right? Which is a big shift from like my generation, which is the millennials. And so what this technically is a shift from materialism or a materialistic viewpoint of the world to an idealistic, where their work-life balance is way more important to them than their salary. And the status quo, the powers that be, do not like that. They want us to be the little consumers that do their bidding. And if we don't care about how much money we make, as long as we pay the bills and we get to enjoy our life, we're happy. And that scares the shit out of them.
I'm glad my mama didn't grow me up to be so materialistic. Because I see some folks on here that do like they hauls and shit like that. Like, okay, that's fine. I'm just so glad I'm just not one of those people that literally I have to be in designer head to toe to feel like I'm putting that shit on or I'm doing something. And I hope y'all don't think these folks from Atlanta is really out here. We got 2 in discount malls. Do with that as you will. And then there's folks that'll materialize food. I ain't never seen folks materialize food before. Like, I just got me some Houston. Something to show y'all my Houston. Something to show y'all my Ruth Chris. What I got from Ruth Chris. Like, are we materializing food? Have we gotten to the point where we are materializing food? It's giving like, I don't know. I just don't like materialistic people because they feel like they have to show everything. Like, oh my God.
So I'm going to tell you this idea about this concept of the materialism trap, which is something that I figured out as I became an adult, but I think that it applies to everyone in whatever you do, especially in your career or the work that you do. And it's this idea that success, like once you start having success, you think that it's going to continue like this forever. And if you zoom out far enough, it does, but for the most part. But there's also a bunch of highs and lows within that because everything is cyclic. There is ups and there is downs and there is ups and there is downs. But what the trap happens is when you're going up, you start raising your lifestyle and your expenses to match that trajectory. And so then your baseline becomes super, super high. So your fixed costs and whatnot of living is super, super high. And then the back end of that cycle happens and you have this huge dip and your expenses and lifestyle and baseline is so high that then the dip causes you to suddenly be expending way more than you're taking in, and then like in an instant you're in debt, and that's how people get overtaken by credit cards. That's how people end up leading to bankruptcy. It's just because they fell into the trap of thinking that it was going to be linear and thinking that it was just going to go this trajectory forever, and then something unforeseen, market force changed. Their company went out of business, their work laid them off, and then they get plummeted. And so it's the idea of just being aware of that and always living well below your means and having a little bit saved in reserve and not raising your lifestyle so high. You don't need all this stuff. Like it's just the materialism is a trap anyway. And so it's not going to make you happy. So why not? Don't put yourself in that position. It's better just to live simply, and over time, you'll be much happier and able to handle those unforeseen dips that always happen. And so, keep that in mind.
I don't like how materialistic this world is. Like, I don't care for worldly possessions. I'm somebody that owns a lot of nice things, a lot of luxury things, and it's just it don't move me. Like, if you have it, you have it. That's fine. That's nice for you. But that's not what life is about. Having nice things. Like, I hate people that whole life is about a designer. Oh my God, I gotta get this. Like, I just gotta have it. Like, I just gotta have it. If you don't have it, you not that. You not that. You not that girl. You not that guy. You're not shit. You don't worth or mean anything if you don't have such and such and such. Like, y'all are just ew. Like, y'all are really ill.
I don't know. I feel like lately people are really materialistic. And I'm not even hating on people that want the finer things in life. I'm not. Like, you deserve the best, you deserve whatever. But I think we also got to be mindful that, like, the gift only is great, at least in my opinion, if it has some meaning. Because not somebody buying you an expensive gift, right? Buying you a Gucci purse, fucking a Rolex, but they fucking your best friend, they cheat on you. Because that don't make no sense. Like, I get it. Everybody's love language is different, but you also got to know your man or your female. Like, I literally was looking at this IG post with this man's like, if I buy you an expensive gift for the dollar amount, $1,000, for example, then you got to buy me $1,000 gift. Like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I personally love gifts that are thoughtful. Like, I've done gifts where, like, I did like the 5 senses. I did a scavenger hunt for my dude. Like, I don't know. It's just more of the thought process, you know? And if he buys me, like, you know, a array of food, Five Guys, you know, Hooters, tacos, like, you know, that's my love language. So I get it. I'm not knocking on nobody that wants to finer things in life at all. But I think that you got to be mindful of your dude, though, because if he on a low budget, he ain't making no money, but you expecting $1,000 gift, make that make sense. Like, why are you stressing that man out? And again, I'm not the kind of bitch that's like, oh, we got to be poor and still in love. Fuck that shit, right? Because I ain't about to be on no floor eating with some cockroaches and no mattress. That ain't me. That's problems too. But I am saying that I do appreciate, like, you know, the thought. I appreciate me coming home and you got like a candlelight dinner that you made, heart-shaped meatballs, especially with Valentine's coming up, like, you know, the thought does count. We gotta be less materialistic and more about the love. Like, where's the love? Where's that freaking Black Eyed Peas song? Where is the love, the love, the love? Like, for real, bitch. I'm not seeing that at all. I feel like it's just like more about what you can get me, like the dollar amount. And again, ain't knocking on you, but then date somebody that can afford that shit. Don't be stressing our man out that work at Subway, eat fresh. Don't be fucking stressing our man out that work at Burger King and you know he don't make no money. Like, let's not do that to him. Like, let's make it make sense. Like, but hey, teach his own. Ain't knocking you, but
I know I cannot be the only one on here who is tired of seeing all of these big shopping hauls that are just unrealistic for the common folk like me. And, you know, maybe I'm just jealous. Maybe I'm just jealous because I don't have money to afford all of those big Amazon hauls and big Target hauls. Or maybe I just know that all of that shit is going to end up in a landfill in a few months to a year. I want thrifting hauls. I want sustainably sourced clothing and furniture hauls. And I'm not saying that I never shop at Amazon and all that. I'm just on a mission this year to reduce my waste, reduce my spending, and just be more intentional with my purposes, get things that are going to last me a long time, that aren't just going to end up in a landfill. And maybe I'm just being picky and annoying. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Obviously, it's your life, you do you. I just really hate seeing that overconsumption has become a trend. And we live in a capitalist society, so consumerism is basically like in our DNA, it feels. But let's just try to tone it back. And I'm not perfect. I'm still working on my whole consumerism mindset. I just really hope this video reaches the right audience, and if you have similar opinions to this, please like my video and please give me a follow and we can be friends.
I'm super here for this whole no buy 2025 thing, combating consumerism, what have you. Great, cool, awesome. I think what's shocking me to my core though is how many videos I keep seeing of people being like, okay, step 1 is finish a product before I buy another one. You're not finishing them? You don't finish I frequently, habitually even, take a file-bore knife to my shampoo bottles to make sure I get my money's worth out of that motherfucker. You're not finishing? Why? Like, I can't even, like, logically, why wouldn't you? Why? We're not in the same tax bracket, clearly, is all I have to say. Because what do you mean?
I'm about to get torn up in the comments for this. I know it's controversial, but someone needs to say it. Clothes should not cost so little. You should not be able to go on Shein or go on Amazon and buy a dress for under 20 bucks. The average dress in 1935 cost $20. That's over $80 today. You're able to go and buy a dress for under 20 bucks today because someone is being underpaid and exploited. Also, your clothes are made of plastic, polyester, acrylic crap. So you're essentially throwing your money in the trash. You're paying 20 bucks which is still money. To sweat and itch in your plastic clothes, you watch them fall apart in the wash, you throw them out, and then you go and buy crap again to replace the crap that fell apart. The average closet in 1970 had only 30 items total in it. Today, the average closet has 144 items. If you already have the plastic crap in your closet, keep it. That's fine. When it comes time to inevitably replace the polyester, acrylic, junk in your closet, don't go running back to Shein or Amazon to replace the items. You'll just continue doing this year after year and throwing your money in the trash. Instead of going and buying a sweater for 15 bucks, save your money so that you can go and get something of higher quality that will last you decades. You won't have to keep replacing, and wearing crap. It's also extremely affordable to shop secondhand, Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, thrift shops. You can buy really nice, high quality items for even cheaper than the junk that these stores are selling you. So go do that. These stores will continue to sell you junk if there's demand for it.
Hey, look at me. Look at me right here. You, look at me. Chill. All of you need to chill. Bring it down like 10, 30, 100 notches down. Why are we always changing everything? I'm sick and tired. Almond nails are out. Square nails are in. Clean girl aesthetic is out. Mob wife is in. Stop treating life as if everything is a trend. Like what you like when you like it, and if people don't like it, it's okay. It's your life. Stop letting the internet tell you what to wear, what to do, when to wear it. I know I see it, people commenting, I'm sick of everything changing so fast. By the time I get on one trend, the next thing is already in and I'm already behind again. That is no way to live life. Let's stop doing that, especially on TikTok. I'm so tired of everyone changing everything. Can we just like whatever we like whenever we like it? And it's okay to participate in trends. Participate in all the trends you want. But I hate when the internet makes everyone feel as if they have to keep up. Or, you know, if you love almond nails, girl, keep those almond nails. I hate that it's just a mob mentality sometimes. Do it if you really like it, change if you really like it or can afford it or whatever, because it's hard to keep up. And it's basically don't give in to peer pressure. If you truly don't want to do something, don't do it just because everyone's doing it.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Can we please stop normalizing spending so much money in our 20s? Like, can we just be broke and normalize being broke? Not broke, but like not buying a bunch of crap all the time. Like having a fully stocked guest bathroom with high-end beauty products. Or even having like a second set of all of your cosmetics in a little thing in your car. Like, I don't have money for that. I don't know, like growing up, I just always pictured being in your 20s like your time to hunker down and work hard and buy the store brand stuff. I want to normalize like not minimalism, but just being content with getting by. And this is kind of a hot take. Like some of y'all want to be luxurious and like live that life. And obviously, if someone handed me a check for $100 million, I wouldn't turn it down. But that is just not the reality right now. And if that's the reality for you, I'm genuinely so happy for you. No one should be in trouble or apologizing because they're well off. It's not a crime to have money. But at the same time, you're not behind or like missing out on life if you can't live up to the standards that you see on social media. Because there's at least one other person here that can't either. Right here. It's me. Daily thoughts.
If you feel behind in life, I just want you to know that a lot of people are not as far ahead that you think that they are. They're really not. They are just slightly in front of you. Just slightly in front of you. Most people in this world are not as far as you think that they are. Trust me. Even from my own experiences, it's true. They're not that far. They're literally right here. Here's you, here's them. They're literally just there. And it is easy to catch up with them. Trust me. Or even surpass them. So all you have to do is just work. In 2 years, you'll be in a great spot. Trust me.
Listen, if you're in your mid-20s right now and you're struggling to, survive financially, I just want to remind you that you are not the only one. You are not alone. So many young people and older people are living paycheck to paycheck right now, or not even paycheck to paycheck, like going into debt just buying basic living necessities. And it is so discouraging to come on social media and to see young people like traveling the world and buying all these like just useless luxury like convenience products when you are struggling to get by and just put food on the table. But let me be your voice of reason and tell you that you are not alone, and that half the people you see on social media that are buying things like that are probably putting them on credit cards or just come from money. I don't know. So if you are down on yourself and just feeling like you're the only one struggling, I just want to tell you that you're not alone. So many of us are feeling how hard it is just to survive financially right now. And it is so draining and frustrating and hard. But you know what? We're going to be okay. Things will get better eventually, and we're going to make it through this, y'all.
Bruh, it's crazy as hell that I actually got to be sitting around trying to figure out how many meals I'm going to skip just to pay off my debts. That's all right, bro. That's all right. When I get out of this, when I pay off these debts, I'm done buying stuff. I'm done. I'm completely done. I'm going full minimalist. Bro, I'm going to be on my Nara Smith grind. I'm going to be making my own bread, bro. I'm going to be outside making my own shirts and making my own shorts. I'm telling y'all. If I need to, I will buy a loom.
When was the last time you went to an event that didn't rely solely on consumerism? Like, for real. Free to attend, not a ticketed concert, not expected to purchase any goods, so not like a market or a fair. I see almost none. I live in a pretty alternative city, probably one of the most, and it feels like there is zero sense of community here. And I think that's part of the problem. We need to be able to gather and connect with each other without the expectancy of purchasing goods or having to pay to get in somewhere. Ugh. And I know they exist because I see it happening in Europe all the time.
Okay, I've been having a little bit of an existential crisis today. So I was going to the gym to work it out, but it's just on my mind and I keep spiraling and I can't go in until I get it off my chest. So let's rant. The levels of consumerism in today's society, off the charts, insane. How on earth did the world get so messed up? Why are we consuming so much shit? It doesn't even why? I was just driving down a highway and there was so much trash and rubbish along the median strips, which is so messed up. I saw a bird get tape stuck on its mouth and then fly away, and I was just oh my god, it's not only affecting us, it's affecting everyone on this planet who isn't even contributing to it. Then I'll open my TikTok feed and you'll see these influencers either promoting products that you know that they don't genuinely love and they're just doing it for the money, or they are doing things that they really enjoy, but those things are buying mass amounts of humongous bags from Kmart, Shein, Big W, companies like that just are unethical, unsustainable, and yes, they serve a purpose in society, but they don't need to be bought on such huge levels by people that aren't going to utilize them in the way that they should be utilized. And at the end of the day, these people aren't purchasing it because they need the clothes. They're purchasing it for the likes and the comments and all of that stuff, which is a whole different rant. For example, I did a market stall last week at Hunter Markets, which I really love their concept and their ethics and the whole mission behind it. But I walked around that market, and this was on my stall as well. I'm guilty of this, and these days I try to be really conscious of what I'm purchasing. But so many clothes available at that market still had tags on. Yes, it's great that they're available to be resold at the market so that they could hopefully go to a wardrobe that's actually going to be utilized. So if there was that many clothes there at that market, imagine all of the clothes that are just in everyone else's wardrobe that aren't even being worn, that are just going to waste. And in today's sort of modern society, not with everyone, but I feel a lot of people have the mindset of once you wear something or a certain outfit once, you can't wear it again. And I'm definitely guilty of these things as well. And it's so easy to get wrapped up in trends and all of those sort of things if you're not being conscious and intentional about everything. It's just so hard, and I don't understand how we got to this point. And how are we supposed to fix it? Realistically, How do we fix it? Does anyone know? Because I want to know.
Y'all know what's crazy? Consumerism got me wanting to have a coffee and tea station in my kitchen. I ain't got enough space in my little ass kitchen for either one of those. And I really don't drink coffee like that. Every once in a while I go Dunkin' Donuts, get a, what is that, a caramel craze latte with extra caramel? Mainly a sugar drink. Mainly a dessert. And that's every once in a while. I don't even drink coffee like that. And I really don't care for tea. The only way I'm really able to take tea is with some flavored creamer. Otherwise, I don't like that neither. But, you know, as they say, the aesthetic, and I like things. So the jars and the labels and getting them syrups and shit. I don't need none of that. I wouldn't even be drinking. It would be a waste. I'm trying to up my water intake. I don't need no coffee, no teas. Yeah. Consumerism. And my love for shopping for shit I don't need. Crazy.
I'm honestly a little shocked that culture around shopping and consumption hasn't changed more. I know it has, and I'm glad that thrifting has become way more cool. But at the same time, no hate to my influencers out there, because if I was getting full-time living's worth of money for brand deals, I would be doing the same thing, for sure. I accept free things or get paid for a TikTok here and there to get a product, and that's feeding into the whole consumption, consumerism, capitalism bullshit. With the hauls and the Christmas gifts and the trends and the winter fashion fads, like, how are we still doing this? As we're like watching the documentaries of just like literal continents worth of garbage in the ocean and in other countries that we're sending the garbage to. I don't know. And then yet I still feel like I'm not enough if I don't keep buying more. Like, this culture is so effed up.
Quite frankly, I'm getting kind of tired of following creators who are only trying to sell you things 24/7. No hate whatsoever, but I genuinely just don't like following people who every time they post something, I feel like I feel like there's an action item for me. Or even just like instilling in their audience's brain that what they have isn't enough. I genuinely am starting to be more aware of how much we worship consumerism, and I'm just really tired of it. And I'm really not talking about like showing us your cute outfit. I'm talking about like, oh my gosh, you have to have this. I'm so obsessed. You literally, if you don't have this, then XYZ. Like, ugh. Like,
as a 30-year-old woman who has her stuff together and who literally does not care what anybody has to say about her once I step outside of that front door, I'm here to tell you, you need to find yourself a bare minimum routine where you feel beautiful and stick with it. You do not need to go out and buy all those products from Sephora. You do not need a new wardrobe. You do not need new shoes, new purse, new glasses, new hat, new swag, whatever. You need to find you something that works for you and stick to.
I have this theory that the happiest people in life are the least materialistic, and let me tell you why. From my personal experience, when I was the most unhappy, I had no direction in life, I was lost, that's when I was the most materialistic. I would buy things just to fill a void and to try to feel something because I wasn't happy, so I was chasing that feeling of happiness and putting it into material items. Like, oh, if I buy this purse, I'll finally be happy. And the truth is, material items can never actually make us happy because they're just things. So I was never happy. It was just a constant cycle. Now that I'm at a point in my life where I'm actually genuinely content, I'm fulfilled, I have the things in life that money cannot buy, like my health, a happy home, relationships, friendships, I feel fulfilled. Now I'm not materialistic at all. Don't get me wrong, I still love nice things, I still go shopping, I still buy clothes, I love fashion. But when I buy something, it's because, oh, I think this shirt is cute, like, I like it. I'm not buying it to feel something or to fill a void, because I already have the things that are priceless that make me happy. I just think the more direction and purpose you have in your life, the less you care about material items.
Do you know what? I'm starting to think, I genuinely think there's a connection between valuing simplicity and genuinely being happy. I think simple people are happy people. I'm a very simple guy, and I feel like simple men are happy men. I feel like the guys especially can relate to me on this one because life is just simple. the modern day is full of consumerism. You're, in a sense, you're kind of taught to buy things, attain things, become things in order to feel complete. I think the psychological thing to this is that you feel incomplete. And I think the idea of simplicity, almost minimalism, teaches you to just appreciate the essential things in life. Because look, the truth is we all die one day, innit? So in a sense, everything that you do in the grand scheme of things doesn't really matter, but also it teaches you to appreciate what actually matters. That's why I like having a simple life. And I think for me, just being able to talk to people that care about you, people that just dealing with things or appreciating things that really matter will do so much for you.
What's good, y'all boys? Hope y'all all doing well. I just want to remind y'all, bro, don't let materialism be your whole personality, right? The thing about materialistic shit is it only holds value to someone who knows what they're looking at. You could be like a horrible fucking human being, right? But you got that shit on. You got some designer on. It could be Gucci, Versace, whatever it may be, right? But if a random motherfucker who doesn't know what Gucci is, they come up to you and they see your outfit, and you're like, you acting because you know it's designer, you thinking you the shit because you got designer on. If they don't know what Gucci is, they gonna see you as a regular person. They gonna see you for your character, not for what you got on, bro. So work on shit that's meaningful. Work on you feel me? And then everything else is gonna play out. I hope this helps. Okay.
I think that I'm the only girl in the world who doesn't care about Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada. Buy me flowers. Take me on a 7 days cruise. Take me on a resort. Let's see the world together. I don't care about stupid things. It's not me. Take me on vacation, baby. That's what I care about. I don't care about stupid trying to show off. It's not me. I'm very like a laid-back person.
Homegirl on Threads said, I'm tired of getting phone with what's going on. And for once, I think I have an answer instead of a question. We live in a society where people have been taught through capitalist, consumerist, materialist, individualist like virtues and ideals to trade up instead of like fix, right? Like we don't fix our relationships to people. We don't treasure or nurture or grow them. We just try to find a better relationship because that's what we do with objects. People don't really realize this, but in our minds, other people are constructions. They're like what we remember about them, what we can understand about them. So people are effectively mental objects, right? When you're a little kid and you have like a physical object, you personify it. You go, oh, that's my teddy bear. No, you have to respect my teddy bear. He gets to sit here. He likes this. Like you give it life, you give it humanity. But when people are engaged with, people, they often reduce them into like things that they can understand. So you got to go back to being childlike and find some childlike friends where you guys can personify each other and fully humanize each other rather than being stuck with, all these people who are reducing you into a thing that they are extracting value from.
I've been so annoyed by the materialism of influencers. It's actually pressing me, but it's the ones that I see that do a vlog, right? And they show a huge PR haul in the beginning of their vlog. And they'll be getting like 30 lip liners from like nice ass companies, concealers, blushes, skincare, makeup, clothing, jewelry, everything, right? And not just like one of each thing, like in excess. But then they'll literally go multiple times a week to Sephora, the mall, to really expensive stores and buy a fuck ton of shit. And I'm like, why did you need that? Like, you go to Sephora because you needed these lip liners. Like, babe, you already got gifted like 50 of them. It's exhausting, honestly. Like, are they saving? Or are they just making that much money? I don't know. You guys might be like, oh, if you're broke, then just say that. Well, I am broke. So maybe that's part of it.
People who buy a lot of stuff always try to fill a void in their life, a hole in their heart with material things. And it never works. And it's a hole for a reason. So no amount of things can actually make them happy long term. No amount of things that they buy can do that for them. So they continue to buy. And the hole is still there. There's a hole for a reason, As for me, I'm a very simple guy, extremely simple guy. And I think that is a true way to live.
Has it hit you yet that the only things we have to look forward to is buying things? I am so glad I got out of suburbia, city life, straight out of college, trance, where all you want to do is buy shit, buy a candle, and that's all we have to look forward to. Get yourself out of that, because life isn't about just purchasing things. Everything's materialistic, and there's way more to look forward to, like living on an island. See the palm tree?
My taste for expensive things has just completely left my body. I grew up in poverty and carried a really strong desire my entire life to be rich and wealthy. And I overworked myself constantly. I had like a fervent drive to be rich and famous. I've been on my own since I'm 17, moved out of my house, went to college, started supporting myself from a very early age. Then I spent some time in the beauty and fashion space as a makeup assistant, a junior makeup artist, and it is just all so built up by illusion. I hold no judgment against it. I'm expressing my feelings towards the fact that, like, I have worked myself into burnout time and time again. Once at 22, another time at 27, just like constantly, like every 3 or 4 years, the pattern would kind of be like, okay, I'll work really hard for 3 to 5 years and then burn out and like really lean into a pathway of vices, and then try to regroup and then go into a grind mode again. In full transparency, my drive for that was, let me give myself this gold star, this apparent signal that I paid a lot of money for this, so that way I have the respect that is given to rich people in this country. But I found that in my experience working across different brands, this is an industry that has not matured. There isn't a consciousness. This is a full fantasy industry. And I feel bamboozled because I'm like, if I could just get X. Like, never with clothing, because I've been plus size my whole life and there's never been any inclusion there. So I have no sort of adoration for any of that. You know, like, yes, the artistry is there, you know, designers there, telling stories is there, but only if you're straight size. Because material possession of that nature, I find, is so much about holding up illusion. And one of the things about being an assistant is that you're often invisible and you overhear a lot of conversations. And the number one thing, this isn't a conversation. I won't dip into that at the moment because I've had a very stressful day and I don't want to open up another can of worms. But the number one thing I ever heard on set was, sell the product. Sell the product, sell the product. The whole reason why these fantasies are there is to sell the product. Bags, purses, skincare, creams, and a team hires a production company because there's so much thought that's going into these thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that are being spent, one of which the assistants get either $500 or less, but like the models getting paid anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000, $11,000, $12,000, in beauty, you know, like fashion doesn't really pay. Am I somebody who lives and breathes and consumes in this world? Yes. You know, like, I love beauty like any other, but my grievances come from how much I sacrifice for it and how much it just doesn't give back to you. You know, really devoted 4 years of my life to trying to advance my career in makeup, and, you know, it's on an indefinite hiatus because it just doesn't give back. Like, I just poured in and poured in and poured in. I wasn't cut out for it. That's my experience. But I do see how much that all of the beauty products, all of the beauty products that you purchase are not truthfully depicted in the advertisements. Every makeup artist that I have ever worked with on any brand ever has always used a medley of other products to sell the one product that does not perform. That's why there is so much dissatisfaction about how products perform, because it's all a lie, it's all an illusion.
Unpopular opinion,
But if you own less stuff, the less you're going to have to clean. Hear me out. That kitchen table stays clear. These counters stay clear. This is my everyday teapot, and that's my soap. That's what stays on my kitchen counter every single day. Other than that, there's nothing on these counters. My counters in front of me right here, nothing on them. They stay clear. At night, we tend to come in and drop everything on this counter right here on the edge, but everything gets cleared and the counters get wiped at night. If you keep a bunch of things on your counters and on your flat surfaces, you're gonna have to take time to move all that stuff just to be able to clean the surface itself. Mine and my son's first place together on our own, I had stuff everywhere. My kitchen table had decorations and all the things, and it started to stress me out because I wanted to clean these things, but then I found myself having to do more steps. Things that are on the table, I have to clear them just to clean the table. So it was a whole process in itself just to clean the table because I have to take everything off the table first. I'm saying as far as home decor, if you have things stack up, that's fine. You can clear it at the end of the night. But if you have home decor itself taking over your counters, that's what's going to cause you more steps just to clean your flat surfaces. So if you could, try to keep your flat surfaces as clear as possible. And that way, all you have to do is spray, wipe, and you're done. 10 seconds to clean your counters and kitchen table. I understand that these rules do not apply to everybody, but I'm just sharing the tips that have helped me with my anxiety and everything that I've got going on in my life. So I thought maybe it could help some people too.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.